It's not very strong in here.
No, it's all right. It should be good. All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. It's Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team, powered by Keller Williams, with my friend Fran Dunne, fellow Rotarian.
Absolutely.
Is it a Smyrnanite or a Smyrnaean?
I think it's a Smyrnanite.
I like Smyrnanite
do
myself.
too.
It's fun to say that.
It is.
So we share that in common as well, though I live in Murfreesboro now.
Do you really?
I do. I defected a little bit.
But you're a Smyrna boy.
100%.
Absolutely.
Purple. I still have a couple of bulldog hats in my closet that I wear on occasion. So plenty of purple and gold. I do look better in blue, though, although I'm wearing red today.
Well, you are.
But that's
a
more
Blue
MTSU.
Raider at heart.
That's
yes,
right.
You are.
That is not Laverne blue. Let's not get crazy.
Blue Raider fans.
That's right. And I do love Laverne, just not as much as I love Smyrna. I'm going to drink my coffee now.
With a group of 10 people at Smyrna First United Methodist Church back in 1971. Patsy Brown was the founding director.
I know Miss Patsy.
And, you know, it all started because she was sitting in the choir one Sunday and the preacher was talking about that the town needed a place for seniors to go and do things and be active. So she took it upon herself, with the help of a lot of ladies in the United Methodist Women's Group, and they started the Smyrna Senior Citizens Center. Mm-hmm. And for several years they met at the church and did ice cream socials and bake sales to raise money. Then they moved into a house that is now the home of Smyrna Chief of Police Kevin Arnold.
I didn't know that.
They did, and they were there for several years. And then one day Patsy was approached by Rucker Rakes, who served on the Rutherford County Commission. Mm-hmm. And he said, you know, we don't need the land where the Old Rock School was anymore. What if we gave or leased the senior center some of that land to build a building? And Patsy's like, oh, well, that would be fabulous, but how are we going to build a building? You know, where are we going to get the money to do this? So they worked out a deal to lease the land to the center for $1 a year for like 99 years.
Oh, wow.
Of course, Rucker Rakes is Bud Rakes' father. Mm-hmm. And he got involved and said, well, hey, I think my building and trade students can help. They've built houses. Why can't they build a senior center?
Yeah.
So then they started reaching out to local businesses, churches, individuals, and enough supplies were donated and enough funds were donated that they built the front part of this building.
No kidding.
They did, and they moved in 1979. And at that point in time, there was some negotiation along the way that the 99-year lease was reduced to 35 years. So they moved in 1979. In 1984, they added on the middle room. In 2004, they added on the third section, but in 1998, they came back together and said, you know, you all have made good on this lease for 20 years. We think we're going to forgive the remainder of the lease.
That's awesome.
And sign the property over to you.
That's fantastic.
So where we sit right now, the land, this building, and a house right over here on the corner, 204 Ridley, belongs to us, free and clear.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
And you know, it's a great building. It's big.
It's not big enough.
Well, I understand, but but it's not like Chief's house.
Exactly.
Know? And Chief has a nice house, but to have, I mean, how many seniors would you say? Is it a membership thing? Is it
there is a membership
just
thing.
Show up kind of thing? Or what?
There is they fill out an application and they pay annual dues. Mm-hmm. And You know, we have some who come and pay to be supportive, but as of yesterday, we were sitting at 598 members.
Whoa.
Yes. So, of course, our goal is to reach 600 very soon.
All right. What's the requirements? I need 2 people that are
55 and older.
Uh-huh.
You can live in Smyrna, you can live in Laverne, you can live outside of Rutherford County. It doesn't matter. As long as you are age 55 and older, come in, fill out an application.
And you're not a jerk.
Well, we can handle that.
We need nice people, though.
But we can handle, we don't discriminate against anybody.
Okay. Well, I need 2 nice people, 55 and up, that like to come. And what kind of things go on in here on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, we have all kinds of activities going on. Currently, right now, we've got a fairly large group in the back doing watercolor painting. We expect Carla Bush from Rutherford County Ag Extension Office here at 10 o'clock, and she is going to do the 3rd in a series on decluttering your home. So we have seminars. They play bingo, they play bridge, they play hand and foot canasta, they do ceramics.
I thought hand and foot was a disease.
Well, not at the senior center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
We have a very active trivia group that has participated in several competitions and they've done very well. That's a new activity this year.
That's awesome.
We have an acting class, we have line dancing, we have creative writing. For the first time this year, we had a really nice garden alongside the parking lot. We cut lots of tomatoes and okra and green beans and other vegetables from that, and the members loved it. You know, and we charged a minimal price. You could buy tomatoes here cheaper than anywhere else in Smyrna or Rutherford County or probably Tennessee.
Right.
Yes.
That's awesome. And of course, outside of the center, you guys go on a ton of trips.
We do a lot of trips. We just got back from a 4-night trip to Washington, D.C., which was fabulous. Trips are good when you have good tour guides who can show you a lot of stuff in a short period of time and fill you with all kinds of information, and that happened while we were in Washington, D.C. We also went to Monticello on that trip, which is Thomas Jefferson's home, and that was really good. We leave December 2nd for 2 nights in Chattanooga. Sometimes we forget about the hometowns, and so we're visiting Chattanooga because there's a lot to do there.
I love Chattanooga. If I didn't live in Murfreesboro, Smyrna, Rutherford County area, that would be my next choice. It is beautiful, beautiful city.
Yes, it is. In January, we are doing a 5-night cruise to Cozumel and Grand Cayman.
Wow.
We're going to New Orleans in June. We are doing Yellowstone, Mount Rushmore, and Grand Tetons next September. We've been to Alaska.
So with the trips, is there discounts involved in that?
Well, if we
how does that work?
We get group rates. I book through tour companies or travel agents, and the more people that go, the better the rate. So it's a better deal than trying to plan one of these trips on your own.
Plus, you have the benefit of having people around you that you like.
People
hopefully.
around you, and you have a set itinerary, and all you need to worry about is being on the bus or on the airplane at the designated time. And then you just get up and go.
That's fantastic.
It's fabulous. It's fabulous.
Very good. And so you guys also do some other kind of community service, community outreach type things within here. I know about like I forget what you guys call it, but the craft fair.
We just came off of our craft sale, which is one of our large fundraisers. We have a very active crafting group that meets here every Thursday, and they make beautiful items to sell at the craft sale. We have members who make things at home and bring it in to sell. And it was very successful this weekend. You know, can't do it without the support of all the people who make things, work the sales, and those who come and shop.
That's right. And then you do the spaghetti supper.
The spaghetti dinner is our largest fundraiser. We do that on a Saturday in August, and that's our largest because we get sponsorships from local businesses, and it's a good showing for us to have a poster full of business names that support us, because if the community supports you, you know you're doing something good.
That's right. And 55 up is really, as I get slightly older, I'm like, well, that's not all that old, and like it used to be, I would be like, oh, 55, good gracious.
Exactly.
I mean, that's forever.
Well, and a lot of people, number one, don't even realize we're here. We're kind of hidden back here in this little corner.
Kind of beside the library.
Beside the library, yes.
Behind the ponds.
And many people go, senior center? We didn't know that Smyrna had a senior center. And it used to be, when we were called Smyrna Senior Citizen Center, we would get so many phone calls from people going, I need a room for my grandmother to live in. Do you have anything available? And that is not who we are and what we do.
No.
The people that come here are independent and active and come because they want a place to go for fun, fellowship, and food.
Yeah.
Because a lot of our activities are geared around food.
As well they should be.
As they should be, yes.
But, I think one of my big things I always kind of preach is just the idea of community, and Smyrna as a whole is a big community. I tell people all the time it's the biggest small town in America.
Right.
And but then within that you have your own community that you're part of. And if you remember the show Cheers,
yes.
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows
your name. That's right.
And we like to be around people with some kind of common history, some kind of common ground that we can start, and then we learn about each other's differences as we go. And this is a great opportunity. I know so many times, you hear about it in the news and all where, as people age, their families move away, they do, their whole family thing, and they kind of get almost forgotten,
Yes.
And it's good to have a way for them to connect back and just be active and have a good time and love life, right?
Absolutely. And we have people who come in here, they're new to Smyrna, or they're newly retired, or their spouse just died, and they come in here and they're very timid and shy because they don't know anyone.
They might even be a little indignant to be in the senior center.
Absolutely.
Sure.
But most of the time they come in here and a couple of months later they're like, oh my goodness, this is the best thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
And they meet new people that they connect with, and they do things together outside of the center.
Sure.
They go eat together, they go to movies together. And it's really neat because I've seen that happen so many times.
Yeah.
And that's part of what gives me the best joy from this job, is seeing the new friendships formed and these seniors coming in and having a sense of purpose.
Sure. Well, and there's something magical. You and I are in Rotary together, and there is something magical, whatever, when you sit down, you eat with each other, you have conversation about how your day's been, whatever. It's just, I don't know, it's good for the soul.
It's good for the soul. It absolutely is.
So it's awesome that this is here. Now, do you guys participate with some of the other senior centers like St. Clair and some of those guys, or are they fairly independent of each other? How does that work?
Pretty much so. Now, we have some members that also participate at St. Clair, and they also do things in Laverne at that senior center. And that's great because they offer some things that we don't offer.
Sure.
There's a difference in that we are a nonprofit organization, and we have to raise all of the money.
Those two are not?
Those two are not.
I didn't know that.
They get city and government funding to supplement everything they do.
That's
and
interesting.
do not charge dues.
That's interesting. I
Yes.
didn't realize that.
Yes.
Okay. So it is a lot different
It's
then.
very different.
But with dues, I would assume that there's a little bit more input on what goes on too, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Our board of directors is made up of members from the membership and the community. And the membership votes on the at-large representatives to the board, and that will actually happen next Tuesday at our monthly meeting.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Now, one other thing, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, rapid fire this morning. This is my first cup of coffee, so I'm still catching up.
We can refill
it. But you guys also, one of the cool things with you being a 501c3, you have opportunities for other people to come and volunteer. So, for example, the Smyrna Interact Club, the Smyrna High Interact Club, they get to use this as a means of generating some of their required community service hours.
We had 7 or 8 students from Smyrna High School here on Saturday helping with the craft sale.
And I'll tell you, if I had to pick some of my favorite community service that I've ever done, it would either be working with little kids, because they're kids. I mean, they don't see things the same way as us, right? Or working with people that are significantly older than me, so that I can kind of learn some of that history. I mean, it's a living history museum in a lot of ways.
I can't tell you how many times I look at these people and say, I love my job.
Yeah.
Because I love working with these people and seeing them be active and involved and enjoying what they're doing.
Just the opportunity to learn. I would love to come and sit in with some of the trivia stuff, because I'm kind of a trivia nerd myself, but I'm certain that I got nothing on some of those folks.
They're pretty smart.
I bet.
They're pretty smart.
And because they saw it all.
Yes, they did.
I read about it in a book.
Well, and it's amazing because I've sat in on the trivia group a few times because they need somebody to fill in an empty seat.
Yeah.
And I'd sit there and go, I know that answer. I can't remember. I can't remember. But they can come right out with it.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Right. They might not remember what they had for lunch, but they can remember that.
I don't remember what I had for breakfast, so it's okay. It happens.
It does happen.
But so what's coming up besides the trips and stuff like that? What are some things, if somebody had a parent, had a friend, had a neighbor, whatever, that kind of fell into some of those categories you're talking about, or they maybe just had their 55th birthday or whatever, right? What are some things that are coming up that would be great opportunities for someone new to come and plug in and learn a little bit?
Well, of course,
it's intimidating to just walk in.
It is. It really is. Well, one thing that we do for our new members is we hold a new member orientation once a month so that we can bring them in and explain to them how the calendar works, how to sign up for activities and for trips and such as that. And that helps a whole lot.
Do you have a recruiting mixer or anything like that?
We do not, but that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's
just
a great
have
idea.
A little mixer.
Now, one thing that we do is when we have our special events like fundraisers, or a few weeks ago we had our Info Expo, which is like an indoor health fair. We have non-members sign up to win a free membership.
Perfect.
Yes.
And what are dues? Just curious.
Currently, they are $25 a year.
Oh man, that's tough.
Yes, it really is, isn't it? But anyway, coming up, next week we have our November monthly meeting. And because it's November, we will be celebrating Veterans Day and Thanksgiving. So we'll have a speaker that will be related to Veterans Day.
Sure.
We have a fabulous choir, and they will be singing some patriotic and some Thanksgiving music. Mm-hmm. And because it's our November meeting and it's Thanksgiving, I'm providing the turkey and dressing.
What time's lunch?
Lunch, 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Yes. So, and we have a larger crowd because I'm providing the turkey and dressing.
Yeah, right on.
So that's a great meeting to come to for new members to learn more about what we do and to meet more people, because we'll have 125 people here for that meeting.
Sure.
Same thing in December. But this time, I don't provide turkey and dressing. I provide the entire meal.
Oh.
Yes.
So if I'm going to pick one, I need to come in December.
Absolutely.
Is what you're saying.
Absolutely. We try to do a lot of festive things in December, just because it's fun,
Sure.
and some people don't do a whole lot for Christmas. They might be alone.
Right.
One thing I'm very proud of that some people may not realize, although we are closed for activities on Christmas Day, we have some folks who approached me last year and said, can we come and have Christmas dinner at the center? And I'm like, well, yes. So somebody provides ham, somebody provides turkey, they sign up for side dishes, and they come in and enjoy Christmas dinner together.
That's awesome.
And it's for those, they might have had their family gathering on Christmas Eve, or their kids are going to see the in-laws.
Yeah.
And they're home all day on Christmas Day with nothing to do.
That's awesome.
So that's something really cool that I think.
And you didn't plan that?
No, but when I was approached, I thought it was a fabulous idea.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
It was generated from the membership.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Absolutely. But next year we'll be doing all of our fundraisers again, and we are already gearing up now because, as I mentioned, the center started in 1971. Mm-hmm. In 2021, we will be 50 years old.
Wow, but that means the center can't even join itself yet.
Not yet. Not yet, but it'll be very close.
And one more thing, you guys have a position that you're trying to fill.
We do have a position we're trying to fill. Norma Hawk, my office coordinator, is retiring again.
I'm looking across the room at her.
Yes, she's sitting over there.
I know.
I'm surprised
Hi,
she didn't
Norma.
turn around. But anyway, Norma is retiring again.
Re-retiring
At the end of the year. So we are hiring for her position.
And what are you looking for?
I need someone who's willing to come in and work 26 hours a week with the flexibility to work special events as needed, fill in when I'm not here, run the center when I'm not here, when I'm on these fabulous trips we go on. They need to be proficient in Microsoft Office, Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Outlook, a good personality, phone personality.
They need to be nice.
They need to be nice.
Your members don't necessarily.
Well, the ability to deal with money, because that position collects all the money for trips and fundraising, things like that.
Gotcha.
And
it really kind of need to be a special person, don't they?
They do need to be a special, and they've got to have a love for seniors.
And they've got some pretty big shoes to fill.
They've got some very huge shoes to fill.
Yeah. So no pressure.
Yes.
But if you feel like you might be able to do that, I'll put your contact info in there as well.
That'd be great.
And it's got to be the right person, right?
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
It's a special job. So
I have the right person now.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And she's just decided that it's not right for her anymore.
She wants to spend some time with her husband so they can travel some.
Goodness gracious.
I know. And
picking her husband over you guys.
She has some grandchildren she wants to spend some time with.
4 grandchildren.
And I can understand
I get that.
And she has promised me she's not going to totally disappear.
Good.
She wants to be a senior and take part in some of the activities.
So instead of getting paid, she's going to pay $25 a year?
Right. Right. And you know what? She drives our minibus on some day trips so she can continue to do that.
Right on.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know, she mentioned her grandkids. You know what my father reminds me all the time, what he tells me constantly?
What?
That the only reason he had me and my brother
was to have grandkids.
That if he could have skipped having the kids and gone straight to the grandkids, he would have done
I'm
that.
Still waiting for grandkids, but not anytime soon, because I'm waiting for the girlfriend to come so they can get married and then the grandkids.
I see. Well, apparently it's a good thing, because my grandkids have totally supplanted me in my dad's eyes.
Great.
I'm not bitter, though.
Good. What your dad buys for them, you don't have to buy for them.
That's an excellent point.
Yes.
That's actually a great point. That's actually a great point.
Yeah.
I needed that.
Good.
I was about to start weeping a little bit. But, all right. So, real quick, again, if somebody's interested in getting involved, the November meeting is?
November 12th. Starts at 11 o'clock.
Right here. What's the address? 100
Drake Street. Or if they're just interested in information, come by and we will give them a tour of the building and give them application information. And
I'll put the website and the address and all that up here in the comments and the phone number here in just a second. And December meeting is?
December 10th, I think.
Okay. We'll verify that
It's
and put that in
the
there.
second Tuesday of the month.
Second Tuesday of the month.
Yes.
And other than that, come by, check it out.
Please do.
And,
We'd love to see you.
Send your neighbors.
We need 2 more members to hit 600.
2 more members. It's $25. I'll tell you what. I'm going to say this. The next 2 that want to place membership, I'll pay their membership for a year.
Oh my gosh.
So you got scholarships. 2 free memberships to the next 2 people that want to join.
Awesome.
How about that?
Sounds great. Love it.
Awesome.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you so much, and thank you guys for watching. And share the video, get the word out that that we have this awesome facility and awesome organization right here in the heart of Smyrna. So
Great.
it's fantastic.
I love my job. Love everybody here.
And they all love you, I think.
I hope.
Yeah. Or they're scared of you and they say they love you. I don't know which. No. But glad to be in Rotary with you. Glad for
pleasure.
everything that you do for the community. So thank you guys for watching. This is Jonathan Harmon with Fran Dunne. And like I said, share the video.